Good evening and good day to those who will see this in the morning or in the following day. My name is Yudi. I am here today to introduce the channel that I'm going to be using into putting out the teachings that I have learned throughout my journey, and also in a journey of becoming a spiritual coach who is going to incorporate positive psychology principles. And I would like to say that I have studied psychology, but I'm not a psychologist. So I know, and this is one of the departure point I want to talk about as we going to be talking about spirituality, about the experience of life. As much as I have the knowledge of pathologies of psychology, illnesses or mental health challenges, I am not a psychologist. I don't have any practice of psychology. So if you are in need of someone who need to help you in terms of your psyche, you can contact or look or search for a registered counseling psychologist, clinical psychologist, therapist, psychiatrist that can help you with that. So with the principles of positive psychology, is just a matter of incorporating this into my spiritual knowledge and experiences in terms of how these things kind of like integrate to develop your well-being, your flourishing, and experiencing life in positive moods or positive emotions, right? So if what I'm going to be talking about resonate with you in somehow, you are welcome to comment and journey with me in this journey, and we can see how we can help each other to evolve in the journey that we find ourselves in, right? So today I'm just gonna do a short teaching or short sharing that life is for experiencing, right? And life is not about the knowledge that we go around gaining. There's nothing wrong with gaining knowledge. However, practicing the knowledge that you gain, it's what life is. We are here to experience life, right? So for those who are still searching for the meaning of their life, the purpose of their lives, we can look into that, but the essence of it is for you to experience it. There is this concept that I recently learned through my studies about scientist practitioner model. It's like a continuation of things. It's a cycle, but it's like anyway, a cycle goes round and round, right? So in this model, you research, you practice, you go and you evaluate or refine, you go back, you ask more questions and all those things. It's the same thing with your journey of spirituality. It's the same thing with the journey of getting to know yourself. If there is such thing called self-research, get to know yourself, get to know your spirit team, and get to experience the things that you learn. Don't just learn things to sound smart or to sound knowledgeable about things that are happening in this world, or in spirituality, because everyone is talking about it. No, and not everyone is just recently not talking about spirituality. No, I have actually came to realize that the things that I've learned 5 years ago, when I started really getting into my journey of spirituality, there were people who have recorded things that I was learning about spiritual things 15 years ago in 5 years, meaning 20 years ago. There are things that I recorded 20 years ago about the things that I have learned. So it's just that our consciousness now, things like these things are blooming, and I knew these things have been there. They are just we're just tuning into it. Most of us are just tuning into it. But people have been going through these things, and we've been sleeping. Some of us. Okay? So in my experience of life, or rather into the practices that some of the knowledge that I've gained, and the practices that I've done in my spiritual life, and part, it's like a evolution of my soul, or evolution of my soul, is that, it's nice to learn. If you're a person who is interested into things, like into a certain, it's nice to learn, but it's not that easy to practice things. It's not easy. It's very difficult. You can think like you have figured it out. You know what is this? You know what is yin. You know what is yang. You know what is this. You know about crystals. You know about all those things. Some of the people, they even go around wearing crystals, but they don't even know what they're wearing. They don't know anything. Because sometimes we are even lazy to even learn, let alone practicing things. So anyway, in my journey, I have come to realize, this is why today's short introduction, it's based on life. It's about experiencing it. It's not about knowing it. And I've always had this kind of view, even during my spiritual journey, right? My Christian journey, where that I used to say to people that there are people who know about God, and there are people who know God. So the people who know about God, they will tell you about God. And the people who know about God, they will tell you about their experiences with God, their journeys of life with God, personal journeys, not things that they were told by somebody else, or not the experiences of Job or whoever in the Bible. Perhaps they have lived the same experiences that are similar to the ones that Job went through. That's an experience. And that is a person who can tell you, these things happen, I went through it, and here I am. Because I've practiced this and this, I've learned this and that. And these are the things, this is the body of knowledge that we need to record, so that we can learn, so that even your offsprings, our offsprings, can learn from this particular experiences that you went through. journaling of life experiences with God did not end with the people who are in the Bible. And also with, because there are other scriptures that most of you might already know that are not recorded in the scriptures. Life of the existence of the Spirit and of God, and the involvement of God ended there. It is still very, very much present in the life that we are living, right? So I'm just gonna share a bit of some short of my experience in terms of implementing these things in the spiritual life that we go about. And I went, there was a time where a friend of mine was going through as well some tough times through things that he went through in his life, and he was talking about the psychedelics experiences and your ayahuasca experiences, and okay. At that time I was still here. I was here in the church, and I was learning about all the spiritual things that I tell you, I don't know how they can. I don't know, it just came. I'm not a person who can say someone took me way and then all of a sudden this is what happened. It has been a journey. It has been a journey that I myself can account for it. I know well, I can, but I can't, because some of the things I don't even know how I got to know them, how I got to be where I am, because it's just, I don't know, I will say the remembrance of the soul, and these things just, they come. I just get connected to such information, and through prayers and through dreams I get these things. So now, later on, knowing about those things about psychedelics, maybe a month or two later, I had a dream about this old lady telling me about Soma, and that you are Soma, like you have to go to Soma, something like that. Then I went and searched about the Soma, and I found out that it was being written as if like it is the mushroom psychedelics, and showed how it was used in religious ceremonies in ancient times. And as I journeyed, then I realized that, oh, actually it's a spirit of the mushrooms. And then I learned recently that it's actually a mixture of different plant medicine in order to experience that Asian Soma spirit medicine. I don't know it. I don't know what it is. Okay, so I then had this time where I was going through difficulties in my life, and I was really like down, and I was praying, and I'm like, you know what, these scriptures I'm reading, these things are not working for me, God. It's not working. I'm not getting it. I don't know, but no. Can I get some? Can we do something else? Can you show me something else? Then I remembered medicine. Then, being me, went on the internet. I searched. But remember, as a child of who was raised in the Christian community, your mindset, it's already trained or doctrined biblical, right? You need to go check if things are biblical. So when I'm searching out there, my search include, is this biblically accepted? Is this of light? Is this of God? What are the views of Christianity into taking these things? What was I expecting? Obviously, Christians are never going to say those things are right to do, right? Even there are other African people who don't believe that as an African child. There are some people who don't even know about your ayahuascas who are African, and some African healers, they'll say you as a melanin child, you're supposed to connect with your ancestors and your guides, naturally. Well, it might be true for them, but this is my experience, and every one of us have their own experience, and this is the whole point here, right? So now I'm searching, guys. I'm searching. And then now these Christian writers are saying these things are bad. These things are evil. And I'm like, yo, evil, dark. Hey, now I don't want to be in the wrong side of God, hey? Hi, but I was very at that urge of like, I can't take this, right? I'm like, I can't take this. Like, I'm to hell with all these people. I searched, I found someone, made calls, was interviewed, and all these things. And I was like, I sure you want to go through this medicines. This can be intense and all these things. Like, you know what? Let's do it. I'm going to do it. And chap, off I went to the medicine. I went there. And then like, oh, what am I here to do? But prior to that, you need to prepare for these things, right? You change your diet, prepare your body and all those things. Now I'm like, okay, when I pray, I'm like, you guys, God, you have to be part of my journey. You have to be part of my journey. I need you guys to. I'm not going to be having journeys where I am meeting funny things that I don't understand. I need to meet things that I understand. And I need to go work with whatever it's sitting here. I need to work on it. Then I went there. And I was still saying prior to that, I had these dreams about, very fear-based dreams about going, like, this thing is really not good. Ne? I went, Mina. And I got there. The first day, I was so scared, eh? I was so scared. I'm like, Beauty, what are you doing? What do you want here? Right? Like, no, there's no going back. Stop chickening out, man. You can do this. Wana Tlabiwa. There I am in the ceremony room, drinking the medicine. And once you drink it, hey? There's no this thing, hey. I read close. Fine. The medicine is also not nice. The taste of that thing, it's kesihlari, imushonga, so umuti. It's not nice. So there I am now in the medicine line, no going back. Right. And obviously they prepare you, the ceremony, the shamans prepare you. They prepare your mind, they calm you down, because obviously I was going to be thinking about, I've seen this, and then you know how the mind is so powerful, right? Mind calmed down. Then I got into my journey. My journey was beautiful. It was beautiful because I met this pain that has been sitting with me in terms of relationships, in terms of connecting. As much as I'm a loving person and all those things, comes natural. I'm a Scorpion, so that this thing that my stepmother told me when I was young, and the medicine was showing me this, I've put it to heart, and the medicine was showing me, and I only told my grandmother about it. It was just known by me and my grandmother because I was told about this thing when I was very young. And then showing how much it has hurt me and affected me in my relationships, right? Sometimes as much as I like, but I do still at times have this protective layer, especially around my dad. And we're saying especially around my dad. Then I need to release it. So I page it. So there in the medicine, so paging is like you like you page, like you vomit. So when the thing it comes out like at that time, remember you don't even eat meat, you've been eating vegetables and all very nice vegetables, man. So you're eating vegetables, then you're purging this whatever small things, but you purge, you feel like you really vomited this pain out, right? It was a very nice, beautiful experience. I was so happy about it at the end because I really felt that love and I felt like I can just go, take my flight, go back home, hug daddy, and life goes on, right? But the medicine gave me some insight, some lessons that I needed to integrate in that particular journey. The following journey, the following day, sakhala, yantrapa medicine, trapad me. There at the ceremony, they called it. It can kick. It's called kick and screaming. It pull you, kick and screaming. You will face your things, face them, and there's nothing you can do about it. So what the medicine did showed me this picture of Jesus, right? It showed me the picture of Jesus through going through the Via Dolorosa, right? Journey. So as Jesus was going through this Via Dolorosa, if you remember there, he was not dressed. He just had that smaller thing that covered his lower part and didn't have anything here. They were beating him, stripe blood, and so they said to me, the medicine says to me that I am walking around like that. I am walking around with pain, with difficulties, with burdens of all my life experiences, with shame. And I need to release that and remember all those challenges, all those pain that I went through. It is just experience for my spiritual evolution. I was paralyzed because I didn't want to accept it. I didn't want to accept it. Remember, you also want to blame people, like you want to blame others. It's because of that one. You had to face yourself there. Be accountable for your own thing, for your own life that you are here to experience. So I went through that. So fast forward, what I want to tell you is, if there's something that you have learned in your spiritual journey and you have not put in practice, practice it. If you have learned that you need to journal your dreams in order to get the patterns of your dreams, keep your journals. Because your spirit team talk through symbols. It talks through those dreams. It talks through different things. One of my spiritual teacher, who is my psychologist, said to me last time that your spiritual team is gonna take you through some teachings and remember, then you're not good. They're not gonna come sit there, and then you're gonna be having, remember she was like, you're not gonna be having a notebook and writing down things that they're telling you. They will bring symbols. They will bring lessons. They will give you experiences. Hey, go busy. So life, it's about you going through these experiences. And when you go through these experiences, you can also see certain patterns. In your dreams, there are also patterns. In your physical, real, I don't know if this is even real, but in your life, then you would also have this experiences. So in closing, I want to say, if you are a judgmental person like me, I used to be very judgmental, by the way, very judgmental. There was nothing that exists beside the Christian religion, and I will defend it with everything that I will defend it. And I will tell you how demonic everything is outside of the Bible. I know those things. I've been there. I've been that person. So if you are like me then, and you have not yet experienced this kind of things that I'm talking about, please just know this is not connecting to you. You don't have to comment that this is wrong. You can't say my experiences are wrong. These are my experiences, and so are the experiences of other people. So let's be careful at times to remember that there are people out. This is the most likely liked conversation about snakes. There are people who talk about how bad snakes are, but there are people who tell you how good snakes are. And they're talking about their experiences. They're not talking about the snake that Moses was holding, and the stick turned into the snake, and hold it and turn into the stick again. They're talking about their own real life experience now in the 20s. So respect it. It's not your space. It's not your experience, and you are not there. Sometimes some people are just still going through the journey, but they haven't even experienced certain things. But at least they journey with understanding that these things happen in the spirit, because in spirituality we darkness and light coexist. So this opposite coexists, male and female, yin and yang, masculine and feminine energies. So there's always that. So if things don't align with you, don't force it. If I don't align with you, don't force yourself to be part of my channel. Move on to the other channels that talks about other things. Here I talk about Yeshua. I don't talk about Jesus. I'm going to be talking about Jesus as a mythology, and that can be very uncomfortable for you if you are a Christian person.